spending time with me and Lucas this afternoon. So I'm gonna ask you, what is your name and can you spell it for us?
Robbie Blade, Robbie Blade.
Okay, and when did you start rollerblading?
Professionally, 17 years old. Back when it was a street game, massive, stupid street stuff. Bashing down stairs, hills, jumping over curves, seeing how high we could go. And then 30-year hiatus after the dark times, and 30 years off skates, and I'm 4 months back at it.
So why did you come back to it? What made you come back to this?
I went through something bad. I was almost homeless, didn't have a job, and I ended up getting a job and getting decent pay, and then I ended up getting a stable roof over my head, and I realized I had money, and what used to make me happy? It was always skating. When I was 17, I was always out of the house 10 miles a day, just trying to find new places to skate or jump or do something stupid. And I just remembered how happy I was, and I've got things going for me now. Why don't I try it again? And it definitely got me out of my dark spot and made me happy again.
Okay, that's good to hear, man.
Yeah.
It's just like me, I like going back to video games. It's not as healthy as this, but that's my thing. Whenever I want to go back to something that I used to do when I was a kid.
This is more than just, this is life for me. This is everything to me. If I fall, I have to get back up and keep going. It's like a life lesson.
Right.
I don't fall very often, oddly enough.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Well, what was it like in the 90s? Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Okay, so a little movie called Airborne came out, and the X Games, Rollerblade, the company, had invested in X Games, and they got their skating competition in there when people were doing some crazy air stuff, and then Chris Edwards, who's the godfather of rollerblading, he invented the grind. He invented all this stuff kids are doing now 30-something years ago. Just because he was a madman and he was jumping off 2-story buildings into trucks and stuff and getting major errors. Guy had balls. But he came out with a movie called Airborne, and kids saw the first aggressive skating, not the little dance skate or the little going down sidewalks. This dude was doing stuff no one ever saw, and suddenly we all wanted rollerblades, and once we got on them, we were sold. We were like, we can go anywhere on these outside, Before that, it was the roller rink with the little quads and the little old school roller skates. We could only go to the roller rink, but we realized we could go outside and do stupid stuff as kids and jump over stuff. I saw Chris Edwards doing it in a movie, and now I want to do it, and that's what we did.
Awesome. So, how you talk about skating, skaters and rollerbladers, do you think there's a competition between the two, or maybe there was back in the 90s?
Yeah, because skateboarding started to die in the 80s. And in fact, they were tearing down all the skate parks, which made all the hardcore skaters start skating private properties, getting kicked off, breaking the law, getting arrested because they had nowhere to skate anymore. Because skateboarding slowed down, so nobody was putting money into it. All the professionals lost their sponsors. They had to get jobs, so they were just doing it for the fun again, but they were getting into trouble. And rollerblading just happened to be investing money in the X Games at the time, and they ended up being the big boy on the block, and skateboarders hated us because they had spent 30 years building this sport, which was now amounted to nothing, and we came out of nowhere and didn't have to work for it.
And then it was the opposite, right?
Yeah, and then we died, and Tony Hawk brought skateboarding back and gave us all these free parks, and now rollerbladers and skateboarders are pretty much friends. There's no rivalry.
That's good to know.
But we hate the scooter people.
Why is that?
To us, it's not a sport. It's just, they're like the new rollerbladers.
Oh, okay. Well, I was a scooter guy.
I
when
know
I was growing
that.
up because I didn't know how to skate.
Yeah, I know that, but that's just what it is. The scooter kids, look, they don't have proper skate etiquette. They don't know when someone's about to make a run on something to stay out of the way because they're usually little kids. So they're always just getting in our way of trying to do a run and try to get some new trick. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't even that good back then, but yeah, I was a scooter kid.
yeah.
Yo, my room is gonna jump here.
Well, the next question is, do you think that rollerblading is dying? Why or why not?
No, not dying, because all over the rest of the world it didn't die. It stayed alive and even bigger, and X Games continued to promote rollerblading over in the X Games in the other countries, but they killed it here. So it was bigger in other countries, and it stayed big, and it's still big. But American rollerbladers now can't get a sponsor here. We can't get stores to sponsor us. We can't get people to sit. You know, some, if they're lucky and they're big YouTubers, they can get skate companies to send them free skates, but that's not very many. And they have to work just like anyone else, unless their YouTube channel grows to millions of followers. So yeah, it's not a living it. But it is underground, and it is being I'm not even saying underground. It is being enjoyed by people, but the money is no longer a factor, and the corporations are no longer a factor.
So, is there anything you want the younger generation to know about rollerblading? Like, maybe like how it was back then, or like why is it important?
It's important because everybody's stuck on their phones 8 hours a day, eating processed junk food, becoming, you know, and then by the time they're going to turn 20, they're going to have health issues. They need to get outside, roll around, be active, be healthy, and enjoy the earth we have. And they need to stop being stuck in the house, being sedentary, because it's making people mentally and physically ill and not able to handle life. This is a way of life because you're out handling stuff and facing stuff. I mean, it just makes you grow as a person.
And I'm gonna leave this like an open question. Like, is there anything else you want to say? Like any message you want to say to the world?
Yeah. See, that's what I mean by when people fall, they have to get up. That's
I
life
just
lesson.
threw my scooter up because I knew I was
Get off your butts, go outside, and stop staring at your phone. I mean, there's a whole world out there that's ready to be conquered. And, you know, you have time to do it, you're just not making time, you know? And there, look, it's hypnotic. You can feel the concrete under your wheels, and you're rolling freely, going where you want to go. No one's affecting you. No one's telling you not to do it. You're controlling what you accomplish for the day. It's just freedom.
Well, thank you, Rob, for this.
Yeah.